Welcome to another edition of Question and Answer with a Criminal Defense Attorney. Today's question, what is a stipulated plea? But before I get to that, don't forget to subscribe with a little bell next to it to be notified of future videos, and like this video if you're enjoying it. Let's get to the question. What is a stipulated plea? A stipulated plea is where, first off, this is not an open plea. In other words, an open plea is where you're just pleading guilty open to the court. Now, some stipulated pleas can involve an open part of it, but you should, you should look and see the video I did on open pleas before looking at this video or afterwards. That way you can see the difference between a truly open plea and a stipulated part of one, at least. A stipulation is just an agreement between you, and the defendant, and the prosecutor to do something in the case. Let's look at the things you can agree to in a plea agreement. You can either agree to charge negotiation or plea negotiation. In other words, you can either agree to certain charges you're going to plead guilty to, certain sentences you're going to get with the charges you're pleading guilty to, or both the charge and the sentence. So if you're charged with a DUI, no proof of insurance, speeding, and careless driving, is to plead guilty to the DUI. All the other charges are dismissed, and you will get probation. That is a fully stipulated plea. Now, the judge doesn't have to accept it. We're going to get to that at the end of the video, so keep watching. But that's a stipulated plea to both the charge and the sentence. Sometimes we can do that. Sometimes, they want you to plead guilty to everything, but then you get probation. Other times, we can only negotiate the charges, but not the sentences, like in Adams County or Jefferson County. Again, take a look at that video I did on open pleas, and that'll make more sense. But sometimes the judge will not accept a stipulated sentence. They think that that is their purview, and they will not be bound by a sentencing recommendation. So it becomes just a recommendation, and the judge can do whatever they want on the charges that you're pleading guilty to. So a stipulated plea is one where you've agreed to either the charge or the sentence. Let's talk a little bit about every plea agreement has the component to where a judge does not need to accept it. Technically, a judge can reject a plea agreement because it's too harsh, because it's too lenient, or for whatever reason. And that is truly the purview of a judge to decide whether or not to accept a plea agreement. So what normally happens is you enter the plea, the prosecutor talks about what they want, the defense talks about what they want, the judge asks the defendant to let them know anything else the judge needs to know before passing sentence, and then typically a judge will say something to the effect of, I'm accepting the plea as written, and I hereby sentence you to whatever. And, and that's when the judge accepts the plea agreement. So if you'd like to know more about times that judges will and won't accept a deal, let me know in the comments, tag me on Twitter, or email me. My email is going to be at the end of the video, so stay to the end and watch that. But if you have any other questions about this, same thing, let me know. That is the question and answer for today about what is a stipulated plea. If you would like your own question answered on a future video, remember, you can email me, tag me on Twitter, or put it in the comments below. And as always, you have a right to remain silent. If a police officer asks you questions about what you have, where you've been, what you know, you always have a right to say, I don't want to talk to you. And if they persist, I want a lawyer.